I think we both played really good. It was a tough first set. I had a lot of chances there, but I'm pretty glad that I kept believing in myself and I got the win in 3 sets.
Okay, very good.
Garber, WTA Media. You're into the second week here for the first time, and all 4 Grand Slams you've now done that. What does that mean to you?
Finally. It just means a lot, you know. I know that I don't play the best on hard court, but it's always amazing to see that how I'm improving, how I'm pushing my limits. And, you know, I just don't want to stop here. You know how much I love New York, how much I want to be here. So just amazing to put the hard work, even though the preparation for the hardcore season wasn't great, but you know, just the main reason to be here and the main goal for me is always to play good here, and I'm just gonna keep fighting and keep pushing and breaking records here.
You're good friends with Annette Kontaveit. Did you watch her match with Serena? And if you did, how can that help you if you potentially play her?
Well, I mean, I just felt really bad with the crowd and everything, what happened to Annette. But I saw her and I told her she played really well, and it was a great match. And after all, you know, she played Serena, and it's never easy. And I honestly, I thought she was very, very tough mentally, because serving second serve on people talking, and hard to concentrate on those kind of moments. So I think she played a great match, and I hope she will feel better to have better results. And you know, for me, I need to focus on the first round, because it's gonna be a tough match for me, and never won against her. So that's the main goal for me, and we'll see what's gonna happen after.
Okay, Chris.
Hi, this is Chris Otto with US Open. If you look at your season, it's been incredible pretty much all the way through. But there was one speed bump at Roland Garros where it was a disappointing tournament for you. So I wonder, how easy was it for you to bounce back from that and to pick up where you did at Wimbledon? And what does that say about your maturity?
You know, just learning a lot from playing like tournaments, and how exhausting could be mentally and physically to be in a Grand Slam. French Open was tough, you know, especially after having great results in Madrid and Rome. But I'm figuring this out, you know. Every time someone wins before the Grand Slams, it's tough to do great results there. But you know, just gonna learn. And you know, the positive thing is next year I don't have any defending points in, actually, no Australian Open and no French Open and no Wimbledon apparently. So it's gonna be great. So. You know, the thing is that I'm just learning. This is my almost second year as a top 10 player, and it's really just I'm gonna cherish this and keep working hard. And the good news is there is a lot of room to improve here.
Okay,
Rima Bolleli, Eurosport.com.
Nice to meet
you. You made me forget my question. So tell me, you were on a big court today, and I'm just wondering how, in the beginning, when you step on the court, does it take a while to get used to that compared to your first 2 matches, or did that not play a factor at all today?
No, not really. Just it felt right to be there. I practiced on that court before, and actually I love that court. It was really amazing, and also playing on the grandstand also helps. But overall, you know, I don't mind. Just sometimes the vision and the court could be bigger, so it's kind of difficult. But I feel like I adapted really well, and it was very nice just coming up on the court.
What do you think is going to be the key against Kudermetova? Does it play in your mind your previous matches, or is it good that you can learn from that?
I mean, it does, for sure, but the thing is the pressure on her. She always won against me, and now I feel like really need to listen to what Isam have to say to really figure out how I'm gonna win this one. But, you know, in Grand Slam, sometimes you just have to keep fighting and just get the win, even ugly, you know, playing ugly.
Willie.
Willie Weinbaum from ESPN, congratulations. For you, being from far, far away, how would you describe what you knew of Serena at the earliest time you heard of her, and what she means in your country?
Everybody knows Serena there, and they actually know the Williams sisters, les sœurs Williams. That's how everybody knows the sisters there, and it just they're very impressed by how powerful she is and how amazing she is. And I got to watch Serena a lot growing up, and it just like seeing her how she was really consistent in a lot of things and breaking records everywhere. Just her and Venus, to be honest with you, just unbelievable what they did for this sport. And it's just always amazing to see them in the hallways, in the locker rooms. Also, we don't see them much sometimes, but I feel like I was lucky enough to play doubles with her, because this I'm gonna cherish for my whole life, and it's like winning a Grand Slam for me.
And how would you describe what she's done in this tournament so far, given the atmosphere, the different pressures personally of her evolving?
I mean, she's unbelievable, and I said that in Wimbledon, you can expect anything from Serena. After all, she is Serena, and people tend to forget this. But even no matter what the age is, and she has a lot of experience. If she puts something in her mind, she will do it. So pretty impressed, especially with the second match she played against Annette. And even when I practiced with her, I felt she was like moving well. She was hitting hard. It's nice to see her like back, and I wish we can meet at the quarterfinals, to be honest with you.
Chris Bowers, US Open Radio. We've talked in press conferences a lot this year about how you represent the Arab world and Africa, as well as your own country. Do you have young girls and boys who actually come up to you and sort of say, hey, what you're doing is great, I want to do that? And has there been more of that in the few weeks since you were in the Wimbledon final?
Yeah, there is a lot of, especially young girls, they come to me and they want to ask for advice. Sometimes I had to take a few calls on Messenger to talk to someone. She was pretty stressed and crying. And so it was nice to share the experience. It's amazing. If they asked me the question like 5 years ago, I would have said, I don't know what. But now I feel like I have more experience I can share with them. And it's nice because they look up to me and they will take my advice. And that's really nice, and hopefully like one day I can really share more my experience. I can really be with them, and I practice a lot in Tunisia, and a lot of young girls, they come to watch my practices.
Okay, Ava?
It's Ava Wallace from the Washington Post. About playing doubles with Serena, did that experience change the way you think about her? Not necessarily in a bad way, just, I don't know, do you get less starstruck now, if that's the right word? And would that help the mental game if you do end up meeting her in the quarters?
Yeah, first time hitting with her, I was like really stressed. I didn't want to miss any ball. I didn't want to make a bad impression. It's just like I feel that I'm much more comfortable with her right now, and definitely that helped my confidence a lot. And I just think it's just really amazing, the combination of us playing together already. It's kind of incredible. And she was like, for a certain time, she was like apologizing, like sorry because she missed. I was like, you can miss. No problem.
We have time for a couple more questions. Cindy?
Ons, hi, Cindy Schmerler from the New York Times. Can you tell us a little bit more about this young woman who messaged you and what her situation was? Is she a player? Is she something? And what kind of advice you gave to her? And just second to that, do you go by just sort of one name in your part of the world? Is it just Ons? Because you, in that section of the world, you are as big as Serena?
Yeah, so the girl usually, when girls come up to me, is like usually they want to know how I manage stress on the court. So that's usually the question. And so my advice is just you have to accept it. You're going to be stressed anyways. Just part of the process is to accept that you are stressed and try to breathe, start to take each point at a time. It's okay to cry because usually they cry and it's fine, and some girls are really shy, so also being on a tennis court, kind of my same situation, just like their freedom there, and it's really unbelievable to be there. And so mostly about stress, crying on the court. And I don't know, maybe I am. I don't know, just see what Serena achieved is unbelievable, and just having maybe 10% of what she did will be incredible for me.
Okay, last two in English. 1, 2, go ahead.
Ok. Maki Uchida from Smash Magazine. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you.
So on the court today, you mentioned that small tennis court where you started playing tennis. So can you?
Sorry,
you talked about that small tennis court
yeah.
where you
Yes.
started playing tennis.
So you usually forget when you say what you say after the game. Remind me.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit about that. So can you talk about that? A little bit more about how that court looks like and what kind of environment it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to complain about playing on court 5 or 4 or I don't know, whatever you put me, I play. It's just the same balls, the same racket. And yeah, for me, just I grew up playing in a tennis club where there was only 4 courts and it's pretty small. It just, it was the surface, it doesn't even exist right now. But yeah, I usually played in hotels because we had a lot of Club Med before. And so yeah, that's what I started playing tennis. So even I drew a tennis court on the beach and just start playing. Whatever you give me, a racket and a ball, I just play. You know, I usually stayed most of the day there, and my mom was pretty happy because I was tired and go to sleep after.
Last question in English.
Sherry Taylor, New York Beacon. Congratulations on your win again.
Thank you.
Piggybacking on being the inspiration to young girls, how did you get started? Like at what age? And were there any challenges growing up that might have been against your values or belief in the game of tennis?
Oh yeah, I mean, I started playing tennis at the age of 3 years old. Not really playing, but just to have fun. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of difficulties growing up and coming from Tunisia. It's not easy to believe that you can be here one day, but. Thankfully, I made it happen, and I struggled a lot with injuries, especially after the juniors, and having a game like mine, it's kind of tough because I had to really adapt on changing the rhythm and everything, but you know, just part of the process, and I feel like you should always have difficulties to be stronger and to be here one day and face the best tennis players in the world.